Y'all, how about one of my students is already here? I love it. I absolutely love it. I am so glad that she's so enthusiastic, but I got to get this video recorded because it's got to go up tonight. And then I'm going to record my other video for you guys tonight as well. I'm going to try to get them both done, but I told her to give me 20 minutes and we're going to get it going. All right. And I can't believe I got to go back down in my car because I left the darn extension cords that I went out of my way to go get. I left them in my car. It's just rushing. That's all, just rushing. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and this is Jen Restyle Fashion. Over here, we upcycle, we sew, we thrift, and we style our way to a wardrobe that truly serves us, that we love, and we never have to look in our closets and say, I don't have anything to wear, because you absolutely do. Well, welcome back to the Sew Ready series. This is part 2 of 6. And today we're going to step it up a notch. If you've been practicing your straight stitches, way to go. Now it's time to learn how to reinforce your stitches so that your seams don't unravel. That is so important. I'm going to show you how to stitch clean corners, and I'll also give you a sneak peek into reading sewing patterns. So whether you're in the in-person class or just following along, this video will give you a solid foundation for week 2. All right, let's get into it. First thing we're going to talk about is reinforcing stitches. These are also called back stitches. You'll use this technique at the beginning and the end of your seams to keep them from unraveling. I'm going to show you how we're going to start sewing our 2 to 3 stitches forward, press the reverse, then go back over those stitches, and then you continue sewing your seam, and then you're going to back stitch again at the end, and then you're done. A couple things to keep in mind. Don't overdo it. 2 to 3 back stitches are plenty. Practice this until it becomes second nature. It's how you lock in your seams. All right, you guys, so we have our 2 pieces of fabric right here. And just imagine you've got, a regular piece of fabric. You're always going to sew with right sides together. You're going to put the fabric underneath the foot. The edge of the back of the fabric should be at the back of the presser foot, and the edge of your fabric should be lined up with your 5/8 inch line right here on the side, okay? You're going to first lower your presser foot, and then you are going to hit your reverse button, and your machine will go backwards. Well, you'll have to press the foot pedal, of course. You're only going to sew backwards about 2 to 3 stitches backwards. I went a little more because my stitches are so tight right now. I'm going to open them up, and then you're going to sew forward. Press down on your foot pedal and sew forward, keeping your fabric lined up with the 5/8 of an inch over here, making sure your fabric stays even. I'm opening up my stitches because they're way too tight. When you get to the end, you're going to slow down. You're going to slowly get to the end, and when you get there, you're going to stop. The needle's going to be down, or should be in the down position. You then hit the reverse, and you'll just go back like 2 or 3 stitches, and then that's it. Then you want to bring your needle up. If you have a button to press it up, you raise the needle up with the hand wheel, and then the lever that raises the presser foot, lift that up, pull it to the side. And then I'm going to use the cutter on the side to cut it. Now, take a look at this. We reinforced our stitch at the beginning, we reinforced it at the end, and now we don't have to worry about that stitch coming loose. Try this at home. Next up, let's learn how to sew corners, which is going to be super helpful when you're making pillows, bags, or garments, anything like that. Now, the secret in all of those is going to be the pivot. So now you're going to sew until you're about 1/2 inch away from the edge. And I'm going to use this part so that we have less sewing here and more sewing over here. So I'm going to start here in the same place that I was before, lining this up at 5/8 of an inch. I'm going to lower my presser foot, and then I'm going to do a reinforcement stitch just like I did here in the last one. And then I'm going to sew forward. And you're going to stop about 1/2 inch from the edge. Now, if you don't know what 1/2 inch is, we're going to measure that. All right. Generally, seam allowances are going to be 5/8 of an inch or 1/2 inch. We're going to use the 1/2 inch mark, which is going to get us very close. All right. So you want to stop about 1/2 inch from the bottom. And I'm going to put my tape measure right there, and I'm going to make a mark with my tailor's chalk at 1/2 inch. So that way I know exactly where I need to stop. All right, so I'm going to go to that mark, still lining it up with 5/8 of an inch on the side. And when I get to my little mark, I'm going to leave the presser foot in the down position. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, make sure you guys can see that really well. You're going to keep the needle in the down position. You're going to lift up the foot. Then you're going to pivot the fabric just like that so that it is still lined up. And you will notice that it'll be very close to 5/8 of an inch because that measurement is very close to 1/2 inch. You're going to lower the foot back down, and then you are going to continue to sew. Okay? Now, we're going to do something a little different when we get down here to the corner. First, we're going to measure from the bottom. We're going to make our mark at 1/2 inch. We're going to sew down to 1/2 inch, leave that needle in the down position. And what are we going to do? You guessed it. We're going to do a reinforcement stitch. So I'm going to do 3 stitches back, and then I'm going to come back 3 stitches forward in the down position. Actually, one more. And then I'm going to lift the foot again and turn the fabric, lower the foot back down, come forward 3 stitches. I'm going to go back those 3 stitches. I might have taken 4 right there. Whoops. And then we're going to keep sewing at 5/8 of an inch. And when we get to the end, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back and reinforce that 3. And then we're going to come forward. Okay. I'm going to turn my hand wheel so that my needle's in the up position, lift up my foot, cut my thread, and we have a corner. We have a corner. Can you guys see how nice that looks? We have a corner. And so we'll talk about how to turn it a little later, but keep this to the side for a later lesson. I'm going to show you how to get yourself a nice, good corner when you turn it. Okay, but we've got a corner. Way to go. We're going to talk about the sewing pattern. We're not going to go too deep today, but if you feel comfortable opening one up, go ahead. So obviously this is the pattern envelope. On the envelope, it's going to show you suggested fabrics on the back. usually here at the top. On the inside, there is an instruction sheet or a guide sheet, I like to call it, your Bible for sewing. It includes the layout. It includes a cutting guide, step-by-step instructions, directions. You're also going to get the pattern on the inside. Usually it comes with multiple sizes. So there's a lot going on. But basically what I want you to make sure that you do to prepare for future classes is to look at a pattern, study the illustration that's on the back, study the pattern, the fabrics that they're using, how the person looks in the pattern, study the measurements in the back that you need, study the notions that are needed. Open your guide sheet, look at how the lines on the garment are made, and study what the pieces look like. I feel like this is a very key, important part to getting ready to sew with patterns. And that's going to be down the road here in this class. But I think it's important to look at it, become familiar with the terms. Even if you don't understand what they all mean, just reading it and having some prior knowledge before we dig into it is going to be really, really important. This part of the guide sheet is pretty much standard in all patterns. You're always going to have an illustration. You're always going to have a picture of the pieces that are in there. And you're always going to get general directions. So just if you've got one at home, take a look. I will give some suggested patterns in the description below. You guys can go out and pick them up. It'll be for the tote bag that we're going to sew in the class. And I think that would be great for you guys to get a head step on that. Okay. All right, you guys, that is a wrap on week 2. We learned how to reinforce our stitches, tackle corners like a pro, and dip our toes into pattern reading. For class this week, make sure you practice pivoting those corners. Make sure you practice backstitching at least 3 to 10 times. If you got a pattern at home, take a look at it and try identifying some of the key parts that we talked about today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you don't miss an episode, especially when we get into week 3 and we talk about seam finishes and hemmings. All right, you guys, see you later. Yeah, see, that's better. Okay. What you want is to make sure that your seam is the same here. It doesn't matter if the fabric is uneven. You're going to line this up right with the edge of the foot, put that next to that line, and you're going to sew straight. Something. Yeah, it looks like she had the same problem. It may be the way you threaded the machine. It might be your bobbin. So I would first start with the bobbin, because that's the easiest one. Take it out and put it back in. Good. Great job. All right, cut yourself one more like this, and then cut that one in half. Make sure that the thread is counterclockwise, and then you're going to pull it towards yourself. And there's a little hook right there. Yep.